Okay, hello everybody. Today's date is 9/05/2017. It's Tuesday, and my name is Leslie Williams. What's happening? Now, don't mistake my comical posture in reference to this is not a comedy video or anything. This video is going to be very short, as short as I can possibly make it, because it is extremely hard to make a short video pertaining to the topics and subject matters that I expose in my videos, because the topics themselves are so intrusive, meaning there's a lot involved, and then when you go to talk about it, the details have sub-details, because this crime is so intrusive. The only way that you can even be just introduced to it in reference to what it is and how it operates and so on and so forth, you have to start detailing it, right? Then the details have supporting details, so you can see how the actual details play a role in the construction of this criminal reality, that criminal reality being gang stalking. So, my fellow American citizens, I found it helpful and prudent and wise to incorporate as much evidence to support any statements or lack of in the title of my Periscope videos. That way, you can, when you have time, if you feel inclined, to bring up the information that is incorporated within the URL link that is incorporated within the title of this Periscope video, so you can literally watch for yourself. Now, also understand this. Hold on a second. Periodically through this video, I'll be doing this to make sure I'm still live broadcasting, so just bear with me. Now, I want you to pay attention to my statements here, because they're very important. What is in the title of this Periscope video is a tweet link, a URL link that is dedicated to an actual tweet on Twitter. Now, within the tweet are 5 videos, 5 YouTube videos. But what's really helpful, though, as well, is not just the absolute informative information that is incorporated within the actual YouTube videos, in which when you watch each one, it's imperative that you take notes pertaining to descriptions of what's exposed and the descriptions of how the things that are being exposed are done. So that's the best way that I can tell you to research what's being exposed in the YouTube videos. But yet, also, when you bring up each YouTube video, understand you also have the option of looking at all the other videos that come up. You know how, like, when you bring up a YouTube video, excuse me, when you bring up a YouTube video and you start watching it, I'm sure you're aware that there's other YouTube videos a little bit over to the left in a column that are usually dedicated to the subject matter or related themes, related subject matters. And that's what's great about these videos, because one of the beneficial things about this topic is that this topic is not your everyday topic, yet it is the largest crime that is exposed on the internet. Now, if you've never heard of gang stalking and this crime of gang stalking that's being exposed within the 5 YouTube video links that are incorporated within the tweet dedicated to the copied and pasted URL in the title of this Periscope video. See, if you're watching this video and you're saying to yourself, what's gang stalking? You're going to say to yourself, what the hell is gang stalking, right? Just hear me out. Now, since you've never heard of it before, then when you woke up today or yesterday or any day in the past year, you obviously were not able to get educated about this crime, because you were not even aware that the crime exists, right? Just hear me out. Now, so as a result, you're not aware of the tens of thousands, of blogs, YouTube videos, articles, news broadcasts, the fact this crime has been covered on national radio shows, multiple different national radio shows, for years. And so this is why you are ignorant, not aware, of this crime. Yet, it is the biggest crime being exposed on the internet. Hold on. Okay. Now, when you start researching what is involved in this crime, just in relation to the 5 YouTube videos that are incorporated within this tweet link, I guarantee it, you will literally, and this is no lie, literally, you will literally never see your world the same way again, ever. This is literally a topic that is literally going to blow your mind. Now, my fellow American citizens, My name is Leslie Williams, and I live in La Jolla, California. I am a target victim and activist concerning the continued criminal expeditions of what is known as gang stalking. I did not bring this crime upon myself as a result of any choice I've ever made, as a result of any lifestyle I've ever had, as a result of any relationship that I've ever had. This is a crime that targeted me for years, overtly, covertly managed, before they ever even started the open gang stalking of me, which at least 50 to 65% of all targets that are all over the internet exposing this are saying the same thing. Like, I've said this briefly in other videos, where once you become a victim of this crime openly, targets start through the repeatable different types of experiences, because this is a huge crime in reference to how it operates, who protects it, what's involved, the experiences and everything, and it's not stalking by gangs. So once you become like a target for 3 years, 5 years, even if you don't even know what's happening to you yet is gang stalking, you're going to start recognizing patterns of things that are happening to you, because literally that's how gang stalking operates in a huge way. It's a crime that wants you to know you're a victim of it once the open gang stalking starts, Now, as a result, you start through experience and, through experience and seeing how your life's being affected, the results of the experience. Once you start going through this, like between 1 and 3 years, you're automatically going to start recognizing the patterns, because gang stalking crimes operate on but not limited to, a template, a guide of protocols, tactics, techniques, maneuvers, and methods. Now, as a result, when these things are rotated for the target to experience over and over and over again, the experience and the results and effects from each experience the target starts to begin to notice a pattern of behavior, right? Just like anybody else would. Like, say if you got a child and your child behaves a certain way when it comes to school, when it comes to teachers, when it comes to peer relationships, and so on. You start to notice over time how that child is responding to life, including the way they deny when they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Well, that's the same thing with gang stalking. A lot of gang stalking victims, when they start experiencing this crime continually, once it starts openly occurring, they start recognizing the patterns and what I just stated. As a result, they then start thinking to themselves, well, geez, what just happened to me last week, which is also something that happened to me 6 months ago, which is also something that happened to me 1 year ago, and so on. They start then reviewing their life, going all the way back to 10, 15, 20, even 30 years. And they start recognizing how some of these patterns were already in their lives. Now, when I talk about these patterns, I'm talking about things that are intentionally done that produced effects, and then how those effects were used and monopolized on. Now, this is not uncommon at all. Through my exhaustive, massive research of this crime on the internet since June 9, 2009, I have stumbled across hundreds of blogs of targets saying the same thing. As a result of me being a victim of this crime for the amount of years that they state they've been victims of it, hundreds of blogs I've seen of victims stating that as a result of that they have been able to go back over their lives and see how this shit was going on 20, 30 years before. Because for whatever reason, the perpetrators will infiltrate your life. They'll initiate certain aspects of it. And this can be for multiple reasons. It could be because they might be waiting till you get a little bit older. They might be waiting for your parents to die, because they might also be after you to get a hold of what you get from your parents when they do die. Absolutely. Make no mistake about it. So there's a absolute host of different reasons of why these filthy maggots, these absolute crumbling, insane animal whores, do what they do. But at the end of the day, it's always about exploitation and the protection of it. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, what's incorporated within the title, within the tweet that I pasted in the title of this Periscope video, are 5 YouTube videos. And they all have to do with not just gang stalking, but also the non-consensual human experimentation that is occurring to tens of thousands of victims all over America right now, in real time. And remember what I said earlier in this video, This aspect of this crime has even been covered on national radio shows, including ones I've been on. Okay, uh, it's been covered even on a TV broadcast, marginally, which was, and you could Jesse Ventura Brain Invader show. Hold on. Now, if you YouTube that, look for the video that's at least 50 minutes long, 48, 50 minutes long. Okay. Now, and that's without commercials. I think when it was on TV, it was at least an hour long. Okay. The point being is that when you watch that, you're going to notice you're going to notice that the victims that are showcased within the show are called targeted individuals, TIs. Now, that is a term that is all over the internet as being a term that describes gang stalking targets. You can Google that just to see that it's all over the internet being exposed as same. Okay, gang stalking can also be called organized stalking. It actually goes by several names. Organized stalking, gang stalking are the two main ones, where you'll find the best information concerning this crime under those two labels. But COINTELPRO, okay. But COINTELPRO, organized stalking, and gang stalking are the three main names, and those are the three main names that you're going to get the best information from the internet. Now, this crime's also been covered on local news broadcasts, usually marginally, because this is an extremely protected crime. Oh, absolutely. Because you got to think to yourself, my fellow American citizens, there is no way at all, period, that the government and if the military is also, and law and intelligence agencies are all over the internet being implicated, okay, in managing this crime from behind the scenes, okay. As a result, you can Google this. Like, think of any alphabet agency to gang stalk and Google that, including DARPA and the military, concerning non-consensual human experimentation and even just the gang stalking. Okay. Now, as a result of you doing this, you're going to see that thousands and thousands and thousands of people are implicating them. Now, when you also look at this fact as well, you can go to YouTube and type in Timothy W. bioethics issues. And basically what that is one of hundreds of videos that are on YouTube right now of targeted individuals testifying before the President Obama Bioethics Commission. I'll repeat that. Hundreds of targeted individuals testifying before the Obama Presidential Bioethics Commission, which is basically like there were conferences that were going on every year, and part of those conferences, it was supposed to be all about ethics, but part of those testified before the commission so they could give their testimony about what was happening to them. It still is. Every single one of them are stating that they're being tortured, experimented on, and gang stalked. Do you really think that's an accident? Now, the Bioethics Commission itself ended up getting sued because they didn't do a damn thing. That lawsuit's online right now. You can just go to Google and type in Bioethics Commission class action lawsuit and you'll find it. Now, my fellow American citizens, it's all over the internet that alphabet agencies have been the main implicated party in concerning them being the ones who are managing this from behind the scenes, using our but make no mistake about it, state and local authorities are also involved in it as well, because some of the technologies that are being reported as being used on gang stalking victims are also assisting the organized crime in the system at the state and local level, because it's being implicated that this technology is assisting them and making millions and millions and millions of dollars off of the exploitation that stems from the technological assets that they have in their position. In their possession. That's being implicated is being used on targeted individuals, like remote neural monitoring, B2K, which is called voice to skull, the microwave hearing effect, and ultrasonic sound transmissions, and much more. Now, and they're being, oh my God, you would not believe what I know. You just would not believe it. Now, you got to think smart. When you watch these videos, and then again, remember what I stated. Every video that comes up, you're going to have a host of other videos that are in the column there that are definitely related to the subject matters. But let me get back to the Bioethics Commission videos just for a second. The Bioethics Commission videos, each video usually has anywhere between 3 to 7 targeted individuals in each video, and there's hundreds of them. Okay? Trust me, you'll find them. Okay? Oh, so you think to yourself, this is the biggest crime exposed on the online. It's been covered on national radio shows, national TV shows, and marginally on local news broadcasts. And it's being exposed through thousands and thousands of YouTube videos, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of blogs, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of petitions, okay, and lawsuits on the internet right now. The crime's also being covered by alternative media as well, in reference to news articles and things like that. So why is it then that not one gang stalking perpetrator has ever been prosecuted in the United States? Not one. Not one. We, as Americans, need to think smart. Is this not so? Even with just common sense deliberations. If an individual walks into a store and steals anything, and the store, whoever is connected to the store, becomes aware that this individual is taking something from the store without paying for it, he is automatically arrested, put in jail, okay, and sentenced, right? Now, our criminally maggot, filthy-ass government will which it's a known fact by us target individuals that they're the main responsible parties for this. Their sick bitch little asses will do these types of crimes where torture is involved every day, day in and day out, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, even when the target is sleeping. Not to mention all of the gang stalking physical crimes that happen to gang stalking victims every day. Okay, not to mention all the massive, massive property and financial loss. Okay, including using the courts for it as well. Okay, yet these filthy maggots get away with every single bit of every single thing that they do. Every single thing. But if you walked into a store and stole a loaf of bread, you'd be arrested and given 90 days in jail. This country literally views a pack of gum or a loaf of bread as being more important than the non-stop neurological, physiological, and biological torture of a human being every day. And some of it is being done in some of the most heinous and horrific ways. Your mind can literally not perceive it or imagine it. You would literally have to hear the targets tell you what it's like and what it's about. It's sick. It's really sick. Okay. So my fellow American citizens, the only way that you're going to become aware that these crimes are occurring is by listening to what targets state and researching it, okay? And then think to yourself, you hear on the news every day about how this police officer did a heroic act, and good for him or her, absolutely, or a firefighter, good for him or her. But then you turn around and you see how the police are involved in this crime, including the fire department heroes, and the victims are perceived as criminals, because that's a huge aspect of how gang stalking is being so successfully perpetrated. The filthy maggots in the system are literally using the community to engage in aspects of the gang stalking crimes against the target as a result of them being lied to about the target by criminal maggots who are portraying themselves to be the heroes of our community, and all they're doing is using them by lying to them about the target, by calling the target a social deviant or criminal. Google slander and gang stalking, fake bogus criminal investigation files and gang stalking. So we got these criminally insane maggots who are in our police departments who are getting paid through my taxes, okay, who will play a role in a staged event that takes the target to county mental health, a psychiatric floor, okay, a jail, where crimes occur in these environments connected to gang stalking as well. Google that. They lie about every bit of it, including on the stand, and then they go home to a warm bed, a house that's paid for by my taxes, okay, while the target sits in jail, being even gang stalked in jail, treated like shit in jail, and left to only eat a bologna sandwich, the bologna literally being brown. That's how sick it is, okay? And then any crimes that are perpetrated against the target in jail, the target is set up and accused for them and charged for them. Can you believe that shit? Okay, so when you hear me expose the police and the fire department's role in gang stalking, and the public defenders and the prosecutors and the doctors connected to this crime, the only thing that I can do is explain to you through verbal language these details so you can take what I state and research it. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and so on and so on and so on of Americans all over the internet, implicating the police, implicating the fire department, implicating businesses, universities, libraries, and so on. Yet each and every one of these crumbling, insane maggots get away with it. Every single day they get to go home to a warm house, okay, and enjoy their families and their futures, while targets are left homeless, sexually exploited, financially exploited, set up to be racketeered upon and human experimentated on. It's literally mind-blowing that we literally live in this kind of world where this shit can not only just happen, but how it stays protected, and how some of the main perpetrators involved in it get paid for by the very targets that they're assisting in the campaign against the target. It's literally mind-blowing. That's all I got to say, my fellow American citizens. I strongly suggest you research what I've stated, and you will see truth. This is today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and be smart. What do you got to lose? Just bring that tweet up, and you will see truth. And in closing, that tweet, it's attached to a big, gigantic tweet chain. So after you go into that tweet and watch what's in it, you can also scroll to see there's hundreds of tweets attached to it. All right, I gotta go. Thank you for listening. I strongly suggest you research what I've stated, and you will see truth. Have a great night.